Hello fellow farmers, I'm Queso here. I'm going to show you how to farm beets, sugar beets. So first stage you will need a tractor, a seeder, and a fertilizer. Well, I recommend the fertilizer like I have here. I'm putting it on the front of the tractor. The reason is fertilizing, you'll see if you watch my fertilizing video that you cannot automatically fertilize a field by itself. So like that big spraying machine, for example, you have to drive that manually. Although it would do this field in probably 2.5 passes, it's still you have to do it manually. Whereas if you put your fertilizer on your tractor at the time of seeding, it fertilizes it, and you can hire a worker to do the seeding, resulting in your field being fertilized automatically. So first things first, like I said, you're going to need a tractor, a field, and I recommend the sprayer and the seeder. For sugar beets, there's only one seeder that will plant sugar beets, and that is this one, the Amazon EDX 6000, and you can see here that it does maize or corn and sugar beets. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to hire a worker, switch to my sprayer, and put on the fertilizer. So one of the things you'll notice with these seeders that have hedgerow markers is it always puts it out on the left-hand side first. So if you want, you may want to switch over to the right side of the field, and then that way the hedgerow marker will, when you start at the right side of the field, the left hedgerow marker will come out and do it properly. Technically you don't need them at all, but yeah, it's just what I recommend doing. As you can see, I switched to the fertilizer. Just want to point this out. You see how the liters are not going down because I've got a worker hired. So, and there it goes. Technically, these hedgerow markers don't even need to be used with the hiring guy. That's just more of a guide for you if you're seeding your field manually. Anyway, so this is going to seed our field, and I'm going to let it seed, and then I'll be back. Alright folks, I'm back. I now have enough seed down, so I just wanted to show you before I get into the harvesting part. So here is a field, so my seeder is done. You can see it down there at the far end. Oh, I'm growing another stage here. He's done seeding, so this is right where my tractor is where what the field looks like before it starts growing and is fertilized. Here is growth stage 1. As you can see, it's sparse. Then it gets a little more darker or dense. Growth stage 2. This is final growth stage here, and all the way over to the right here is also, or sorry, not to the right, but to the left, where my tractor is driving in. This is the final growth stage. If you look here, I'm in field 13, and it's the light green color, so it's ready to harvest and to remove the tops. So just like the potatoes, you have to cut the top of the plant off before you can harvest. So there's a couple ways of doing that. First thing is, that's still another tractor, sorry. So the first thing you can do is purchase this guy right here, the defoliator, I think it's called. Let me go back to here. So the Grimm BM300. So it's for defoliating before sugar beet harvesting. Okay, and then the harvesting is done with this one here, the 604, which I'll show you. So what you do is you're gonna have to obviously lower it, which I've got it lowered already, and then you just turn it on. You then drive over the plant that has grown, and you'll see that it cuts off the light green leaf part, leaving the crop on the ground ready to harvest. Downside of this is that this is definitely a towing tool because of the long arm on it. So you couldn't put it on the front of a tractor and put the harvester on the back, which is unfortunate. And this is all has to be done manually as well. So first thing you'd have to do is defoliate the entire field. Now I haven't tried this, but I am going to see if now that I've cut the tops off of that, if this cut stuff can actually go bad. I'll try that as well and include that in the video. So once you've got it cut, then you have this other machine called the harvester, the Grim Rootster 604, and it now can harvest sugar beets, and you can see it requires defoliator beforehand, which is what we just did. So attach it to the back of a tractor, and yeah, I have to unfold it, which is the letter X. So I lowered it down. You see a bunch of different things come on. I am already unfolded. Actually, when you lower it down, you'll see that it offsets from the tractor. So I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to drive. I'll drive at just a speed of 1 for right now. You can do, I think you can go at 2. Nope. So just at 1, and you can see as you go through the field, it fills up the percentage. That's normal, no different than anything else. So like the potato harvester, once it's full, you need to put this in front of or beside a trailer, and that's no different. The combines do the same thing. Just the unfortunate part of this is this requires you also to do it manually, which, depending on your game style, if you like to manual, it's excellent. This would be a good crop for multiplayer, as it would require a lot of hands-on. So we're not quite full here on this harvester, but almost. So essentially 2 passes down this field pretty much had, or probably would have, because I didn't necessarily take a full like a full width of the crop, would have filled it. So if you get close to your trailer, and this one's kind of tall, but you can see I didn't touch anything. I just had the pipe out with the letter O, and it's emptying out the harvester. Anyway, that's a lot of manual work, so then that leads me to the next guy. So again, like the potato harvesting, they have this big unit. It's fairly expensive, almost 500 grand, but the money's fairly easy to get in the game as well. This allows you to do all steps at once. So we'll just bring it over here, and as you can see, they press the letter X to unfold it, so we will do that. We'll hit X to unfold this monstrosity. Okay, and now it's telling us we can turn on the harvester, and I can just drive, or you see with this one you can actually hire a worker. So if we hire a worker, I just press H, off it goes, and you can see that the percent is filling, the crop is being taken up, because if you look to the left there, you can see the little brown dots in the field. Those are the sugar beets. Those are the ones that I missed. Right here behind this harvester, there isn't any. So this does it all at the same time. The nice thing is, because then you could just go and grab that tractor with the trailer on it, usually how I play. Oh, nice. I usually try and do everything automatic and manually drive the trailers to the harvesters. So when it's a combine, that's what I end up doing. Well, this trailer is pretty high up. We'll get out of the way and let this guy make a turn. And of course I started in the middle of the crop, so that's why he had just decided to take his own route. So normally you don't start in the middle of the crop, you'd start on the edge and then it's forced to go. Okay, so let's see if I can match the harvest speed. I have 4, and my guess here is that this trailer is going to be too tall, and yeah, see, it is too tall, but you did see the beets come out of it when you get one. There you go. It's actually kind of a cool animation, actually seeing them fall. Anyway, so that would be it. And once you've let your harvester go, you take your trailer and go dump them off. I should probably show that as well, where you drop your sugar beets. So let's do that right now, actually. So once you've got them harvested, you're going to drop them off, and of course you just take a cultivator and recultivate your field and plant again and do the cycle. So we'll head over to our farmyard. And the beets go in this bin here, the one on the right. Now, that's all I needed. If you want to be cool and realistic, you can probably back in straight, but so there we go. I dropped off all the bees that I had, which wasn't very many, and obviously dump with the letter Q. If you want to sell them, you could take them right to, like you see at the bottom, the inn, the port, with the freight yard. Like right now, the freight yard has a sale on $1 per ton. So I would imagine these things end up weighing a lot, just same with potatoes, so they could very well be a profitable, crop to have. But anyway, to fill up and take them, this is what you do. You just come to the back of the shed and get close enough to the conveyor belt, and that's it. And then you go and drop them off at the yard. Anyway, that should be everything that you need to know about beet farming. I would highly recommend saving the money and getting that all-in-one harvester. It makes life a lot easier. Because if I go back to the field now, it should still be going, or it's run out of that small little strip. Yeah, no, look, he's still going. He's on the last strip down the field. Let's see how full he is. This is only at 20%. But you can see that's way easier, way better of an experience. So you'll have to do some playing around and figuring out which trailer is best for you. Probably you would want to match it to the maximum capacity of this harvester. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys like the video. Hope it helps. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.